Welcome to Moo Moo Math and Science and the major and minor tectonic plates. There are 7 major plates that make up most of the 7 continents and the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean. A major plate is any plate with an area greater than 20 million kilometers squared. The 7 major plates are the African plate. This plate is flanked by the Red Sea Rift, where the Arabian plate is moving away from the African plate. The Antarctic plate. Antarctica has few underwater volcanoes and earthquakes rarely occur in Antarctica. The Indo-Australian plate. The Indo-Australia plate is a major plate combining the Australian and the Indian plate, where they are widely considered to be 2 separate plates. The Australian plate pushes into the Pacific plate along the country of New Zealand, causing violent earthquakes. The Indian and Eurasian plate began colliding into each other, lifting the Himalayan mountain range. The North American plate. This is the Earth's second largest tectonic plate behind the Pacific plate. It extends east to the mid-ocean ridge and west into eastern Siberia. The plate includes both continental and oceanic crust. The Pacific plate, which is the largest tectonic plate, and it includes the hotspot which formed the Hawaiian Islands. South American plate. This includes the continent of South America and also includes part of the Atlantic Ocean seabed. The Eurasian plate is a huge landmass with the traditional continents of Europe and Northern Asia. In addition, there are 8 minor plates. A minor plate is any plate with an area less than 20 million kilometers squared, and they are the Arabian plate, the Caribbean plate, the Cocos plate, the Juan de Fuca plate, the Indian plate, the Nazca plate, and the Philippine Sea plate, also known as the Filipino plate. These huge tectonic plates continue to shape and form our Earth. There are 3 types of plate boundaries: divergent boundaries, convergent boundaries, and transform boundaries. Convergent boundaries occur when 2 plates collide. There are 3 major types. First is continental to continental. This occurs when 2 plates of continental crust collide. They buckle and thicken, and this causes mountains to form. Next, you have continental to ocean collisions. When a plate of ocean crust collides with a plate of continental crust, the ocean crust is more thick and subducts or goes underneath the continental crust. The magma from the melted oceanic crust rises to the surface, and this results in volcanoes along the boundary. Ocean-to-ocean collisions occur when 2 plates of oceanic crust collide. The older, more dense plate subducts under the younger plate, and as a result, the crust melts and creates an island arc. Next, you have divergent boundaries. This is when 2 plates move away from each other. The separation allows the asthenosphere to rise towards the surface and partially melt. This melting creates magma, which erupts as lava, and then the lava cools and hardens to create new rock and ocean floor or new continental crust. As the crust and upper part of the asthenosphere cool and become rigid, they form new lithosphere, like mid-ocean ridges. Most of these divergent boundaries are located on the ocean floor. However, rift valleys may also form where the continents are separated by plate movement. And finally, transform boundaries occur where 2 plates move past each other horizontally. When the plates move next to each other, they do not go along smoothly. Instead, they scrape at each other in a series of sudden slippages of crustal rock, and these can be felt as earthquakes. Unlike the other types of boundaries, transform boundaries generally do not produce magma. The San Andreas Fault in California is a major transform boundary. So there we go, 3 types of plate boundaries: convergent, divergent, and transform.